in a universe where life does not end at death. We explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Before we get started, I just want to inform you that this series was recorded over Discord. If the quality dips, it's due to connection issues. In a climactic turn of events, Marmaduke 9 followed Mika and Recto to the study where Reggie awaited him. Before entering, Arok and Sai devised a plan to use their grappling hooks and scale the side of Tekra Hall. Sai nearly fell off, but thankfully, Arok was able to catch them. Meanwhile, inside the study, Marmaduke learned that it was Reggie 10 alongside Frezzo who had been behind the entire charade. However, it seemed as though Reggie still has a loyalty about him, wanting to take Marmaduke back into the fold, whatever that may be. This did not bode well with Frezzo, causing him to become irritated, which in turn lowered his control over Recto. It was at that moment that Recto broke free from his tether and began attacking Frezzo. With Arok and Sai at the window, they broke through and joined the fray. Reggie eventually saw an opening, attempted to convince Marmaduke to follow him, but his time in the fold was long ago. Reggie then dematerialized, leaving Frezzo alone against the onslaught of the three of you along with Recto. Eventually, Marmaduke shot the final arrow, killing the Nugonian and freeing Mika from her tether, potentially even freeing the citizens of Tirth Trin Trek from their psychosis. Now, Mika and Recto informed Commander Kurter of what had occurred. Over the course of 3 hours, an entire armada of Corps Command officers flooded the city streets, questioning you all along with the rest of the citizens. And eventually, the one leading this effort came to speak to the three of you. As you each are still confined into the hall, you hear Commander Kurter approach. General Plutel, Mayor Trek, these are the three that saved the city. Before you is Mayor Tirth Trek. He is an older fellow with a sharp white beard down to his center torso. His skin is a darker tan complexion with yellow pupils and a bald head. He wears a thick golden brown robe that has a sigil of the city on it. He also wears a necklace that seems to be a source rune around his neck. He looks at the three of you and bows. My deepest gratitude is extended upon you. I can't imagine what you must have gone through for my people, who you had no obligation to save. I am in your debt. Beside the mayor is one of the leading command officials. You can tell his rank by the armor he adorns. He has dark black hair with maroon-colored pupils. He has a scar resting on the side of his right ear. You do not see him carrying any weapons. Thank you, Commander. Please report back to your station. And for you three, you've done something incredibly brave that might have unintended consequences. I commend you for your work, and if possible, would like to further discuss these exploits with you once your business here in Tirth Trin Trek has concluded. He bows to the three of you and begins to walk away. What do you do?
I turn back to the mayor and I give him a weird cross between between both my families salutes and give him a little bow, and I say, "There's no debt to me or my houses. I did as duty calls."
Nonsense. You saved the city. And he looks over towards Marmaduke as well as Arok. And you two. You seem to be hunters. Am I mistaken?
Of a sort.
Rock nods towards him, but the mayor.
And he just kind of looks at the three of you. He's like, Come, follow me. And you see he begins to walk back, going towards the stairs. You also see the other diplomats and the members of this administration all talking to different command officials, and it seems as though everyone is basically just being questioned at this point. But the mayor is leading you up the stairs, up to his own personal chambers. And as you guys go up to the stairs, you see two command officers are there, and then they look over to the mayor and begin talking to him. And you overhear them saying, "Would you like an escort, sir?" Like, "No, I am fine. I am being escorted by our saviors." And he motions towards the three of you. And he's like, "Oh, yes, sir." And then you guys begin to walk up the stairs inside the hall and going to his personal chamber. Once you enter his personal chamber, you see it's actually a lot smaller than you would have suspected. There is a large couch, like lounge area. You see a smaller desk like over in the corner with like two bookshelves beside them, and then there's a fireplace. He goes back behind the desk, and you see him pull out what looks like a small chest of some kind, and he places it on top of his desk, and he goes and begins to unlock it with a key. And he looks up at the three of you. He's like, "So, you two, the hunters, I believe you came here because I had put out a bounty for the ones that were in question. However, I was not aware that it was my people. In fact, I feel like I, too, was under the influence in some regard. How much did I put on the actual bounty itself for reward?" Do you guys remember?
Let me remember.
It's
I can eliminate 800 volts.
800 volts.
Although for capture grunts, we captured. Did we capture any grunts?
I think because they're all townspeople, there's not really grunts, they're more like victims.
Oh, bloody red tape. All right, 800 volts, yes, 800.
Oh. And he looks at the three of you, and then he looks over at you, Sai, and is like, Sai, you are still working to fix up the festival, correct?
I think we should delay it by a couple more days, but yes.
I do not want
now
to.
that it doesn't look like people will die. Yes.
I don't want to delay too far. I feel like the people need something to get their mind off of everything that has happened. And you see he opens up the chest, and he pulls out what looks like 3 volts chips. And then he goes over, and he kind of slides them over towards each of you. This is just a portion of what I owe you. And then you also see him pull out what looks like some kind of medallion, and it's in the shape of the city sigil, with the crown with the antlers, and then he kind of puts that out as well for the three of you. I'm not sure if you're going to be working together for long, but if whoever needs it the most, I would like you to have this as a token of my appreciation.
Ooh. Can I tell what it is exactly?
It seems like a basic, just like keepsake, like medallion that is it's nice and sparkly. It could fetch for a good price. You're not exactly sure if it has any. It's probably more sentimental value, at least. You think? Does anybody have the energy will knowledge?
No.
No.
Okay. Oh.
Nope.
Yeah.
Straight int check.
If you look at this, it looks just like a sentimental like piece of metal, basically. But there are also 3 volts chips there.
All right, I guess I take the sentimental metal piece.
All right. You
Takes his chip,
take
examines it for a moment before putting it away.
I'll take the last chip.
Okay. And yeah, you guys take the chips, and then he looks up at you and he's like, if you're ever after the whole please you two stay for the festival, and Sai, anything that you need for it, just feel free to ask. And he also says, and if in the future you ever come to Tirth Trin Trek, you always have a place to stay.
Arok turns to the mayor and says, "Thank you."
No, thank you. And are you guys going to leave, or what are you going to do?
I assume we've already notified Avori that the situation is settled.
Oh no,
she no longer needs Sai.
She has already been questioned by the command officers, and everyone's kind of getting they're talking to. And as you have actually seen outside, you also have noticed that literally the entire city is basically overrun by Core Command at this point.
Do you want to run around and try to find the barkeep that we rescued from execution? He was pretty drunk last time we saw him.
Yes.
He was. It'd be nice to see.
Last time you saw him, he was at the command post.
And that nephew, too. And the dead. Oh god, the dead.
I spared as much as I could.
You did pretty dang excellent on withholding murder. I'm pretty sure my murder count is higher than yours.
Marmaduke looks around, just... he's not quite whistling to not attract attention, and But he just makes a mental note to get some non-lethal forms of downing people.
Yeah. So, as you guys continue to... You guys are heading to the command post or looking for the bartender specifically?
Probably best to go to the command post, because, I mean, he was in their care last time, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Let's find our acquaintance.
Okay.
Fellow sane mind during chaos.
As you guys can begin to walk out of the hall and head through the city, you see all the people are being questioned. There are people who are crying. You hear people freaking out. Some command officers have to like put some people like down to the ground and kind of like hold them there because they're freaking out. They're not controlled, but it feels like there's still a lingering feeling of just dread in the air. And as you guys begin to walk southward towards the command post, you see a command officer comes to and approaches you. It is Mika who heads up to you. And she kind of... Hey. How are you?
Yeah, strong arm.
How are you three doing?
Well, nice to see you and not be engaged in combat with you.
I didn't expect that was going to happen.
I don't think any of us did.
Sorry.
Fighting. I gestured to Marmaduke. Fighting Marm was also a experience. No biggie. Same situation.
Did you three get to speak to the general?
Not yet, not really.
Oh, well, he said that he was going to potentially hire you guys on for something. But I'm not sure as the details. I overheard it when he was speaking to Commander Kurter. Where are you guys heading now?
We had a couple interactions with a few citizens during the chaos and just wanted to check in before everything else gets busy again.
Are you talking about the bartender?
The bartender, the command officer's nephew. Gonna see if the bartender ever found out if his wife was okay.
The commander actually took him to his wife and had him leave the city.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Of course.
Smart move.
So, what is the plan now for the three of you?
Well, I mean, festivities are a lot easier to plan now that I'm not fighting anything. So we're probably going to stick around for at least all of that. I think I could get Naomi Tan to come over and sing for us if I talk to the right people.
That'd be nice. And then she looks over towards Marmaduke. Is like, no hard feelings, right?
Of course not. No, we weren't ourselves. It was that little good-for-nothing who was doing it all.
Why do you think he did it?
He mentioned something about a dynasty.
If that's the case, then this is a bit bigger than we might have thought.
One city. Yeah, dynasty kind of implies something a bit more planet-wide, maybe bigger. If you run into this again, and if we run into this again, I think it'd be a good idea to stay in touch.
Honestly, I think this might tie into what the general wants from the three of you. You should definitely go and speak to him if you have a moment. We're not going to be here. Well, the units here, and she kind of motions to the city, and you see all the different ships that have landed inside the plaza. And she says that they're not going to be here for too long. It's more just checking in and trying to evaluate the situation. And you three have a close relationship with... Well, at least she looks over at Marmaduke. I think I know that you have a close relationship with what occurred here.
Somewhat.
Yeah, it would probably be wise for you to speak to the general. But
Arok turns to Mika and asks, where might we repair our armor? I need to be ready for the next mission.
Armor repairs. Okay, yeah, we can definitely get your armor repaired at the command post. But our repair smith, he likes to make sure that he gets paid for what he repairs.
Arok nods.
And she looks over, is like, perhaps you can wait at the command post, and then the general will probably be over there shortly when everything is done here.
Yeah.
I think we may all need to join you, Arok.
I definitely need to join. I honestly, at this point, don't know if it would be better to...
I can definitely see some, holes in your armor.
Yeah.
Cracks.
Maybe a little.
Did I do that?
Maybe a little.
I'm sorry.
Strong arm. Strong arm. We're under the influence. We made it.
As you guys continue to kind of talk with her, she begins to escort you back down to the command post. And once you get there, you actually enter inside, and you see a child is inside there. Oh, not like a young child, but more like a young teenager. Tayton, you know him as Tayton, and you also see Savol is inside there as well. And as Mika enters inside, she looks over towards Savol, who's like, "Hey, Savol, we have some customers for you to repair their armor." And Savol looks over.
I'm awaiting his complete utter disgust to how my armor is trash.
He looks over, is like, right, and he looks over towards the all three of you. How is everyone's armors looking? Other than Sai, who looks like there's like cords sticking out of her center torso. It's like, okay.
I do think
5 out of 13.
my armor. I think mine might be at 8. Yes, I think mine's at 8.
Actually, let's move your guys' tokens over to the command post.
Okay.
Where are you guys at?
You know what? Actually, it might be even lower.
You're all the way over there.
Oh gosh, no, it's not 8. It is in fact 4.
Oh, it's 4.
My armor threshold is 4.
Mika. Let's get you all over there.
So dark in here.
It's so dark.
Where have we gone?
I'm taking you.
We entered the loading zone. Don't worry about it.
Ah. There we are.
There you are. Inside here. You are inside the command post now. And Savol is just kind of looking at your guys' armors. Let me see you, Marmaduke. You have a 4 out of 9? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. And then Arok, what is yours at?
It's 5 out of 13.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then Sai, you're at 0, right?
0 out of 11.
Okay. He looks over, it's like, I will fix you guys up, but it will cost you.
I nod.
And he is going to put you guys' armor. Oh, have you guys take off your armor.
I try to not let pieces roll around somewhere.
Words cannot describe how amazing Arok looks out of his armor.
Alright, so first up, he takes Marmaduke's because it looks like it's not as damaged as the others. And he repairs it up full, and then he looks over at Marmaduke. It's like, all right, that will be 100 volts.
100 volts. All right. Here you are.
And who has a volts transfer device? I believe someone has a volts transfer device in this party, right?
I do.
Okay, and
I do.
did you take those volts chips and see how much were in them?
Kind of scared too, but I guess I'll look.
Okay, you took.
I mean,
You are able to transfer over those volts chips. Each of you get an additional 1,500 volts.
Damn.
okay, so wait. We originally received how much from the mayor?
1,500 volts.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
That was higher
you
than I
almost
thought.
paid us double.
Cool.
And then he takes Arok's armor and he repairs it to full. This one takes a bit longer than Marmaduke's. But this one, he kind of like looks over. He's like, okay, this will be 150 volts.
Arok uses the VTZ to pay the smith, marking it down.
And then Savol looks over at you, sighs like, alright, let's get you all situated now. And this takes some time to fix up. In the meantime, if you guys would like to roleplay, you can. There's Tayton inside here, who is just kind of chilling in the corner.
You know, this is as good as new. Actually think you might have improved the fit.
Tayton looks over at you. Marmaduke is like, was it dangerous? Did you guys almost die?
Arok turns to the boy and says, no. It was dangerous, but we could handle it.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you survived. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to be taken or not, but yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to help. And
yes, it's nice to help again. In a way. Not something I used to do very often.
And after about another hour and a half or so, Sai, you get your armor back. Oh, that took a while. This one's gonna cost you a bit. This is 215. I need to check something. Where is... There it is. Found it. Cool. As you're kind of doing this whole situation with the armor repairs, Marmaduke, you get a call on your codex.
Ooh, I respond. Hello?
It is Kyrax, and he says, "Oh, well, hello there, Marmaduke. How was the mission? I heard that some crazy things were happening in Tirth Trin Trek."
Put it this way, Kyrax, it was eventful.
Really?
But it is done.
Do you got my portion of the payment?
Remind me the portion.
Yes, I get 10%.
I've got your 10.
Good. Return back to base when you can, alright?
Alright.
Oh, and also, Aurora has come by recently to try to see you, but I told him that I told her that you're out and about.
Will give the dear lady my best. Tell her I'll hurry back.
And he just kind of like, so you're gonna tell me what happened?
To be frank, Kyrax, I'm still sort of puzzling that over myself. There is something you could have a look around for me, actually.
What might that be?
Well, if you get wind of any other Marmadukes or any Reggies, or a build-up of any kind of large force, would you mind sending that my way?
You want me to look up your old crew from before the reset? That's gonna take some time, Marmaduke.
It may take a good deal less time than you think, because I ran into one of them.
You did?
Yes.
I'll see what I can look up. I'm still trying to, find your son for you, but yeah. I'll see what I can do. Kyrax out. And you see he hangs up.
I'll put my comlink away.
As you put it aside, what are the other two doing?
I think Arok's currently looking at his codex, while sitting on the table as if it were a chair.
Okay. Sai, what are you doing?
Sai's been quiet for some time.
Sai has been quiet for some time.
I'm hanging out with Tayton.
Oh.
I think I asked him if he had any cool stuff in the office that he wanted to show me, and he probably had some moldable clay in his uncle's desk that he has stashed in there, and we've been making little blobs of things.
And then, as you guys are kind of playing with that, Tayton looks up at you. He's like, "So, what do you do for fun, other than making molds?"
Well, I used to do a bit of research on electric and storage and that sort of area of sciences, but I'm kind of figuring out new things at the moment.
So,
I like to read. What a shame.
So, are you like
I give him a little poke.
Are you like an archivist or something?
I haven't really been in the archives too much. I think I should make a trip, especially after all the weird stuff, to at least, get a glimpse of how any of this happened. I like knowing how things happen.
I want to go to one of the archives.
Yeah, got an area that you want to look into especially?
Have you seen the holopics of the Library of Jen? It's so beautiful.
Oh
there.
boy, have I.
You know of the Library of Jen being on Archaea specifically, and it is one of the biggest libraries across all of the realms. but it is a trip to get there.
Yeah. Gonna make your way up there someday?
Maybe. I don't know. I might follow the path of my uncle and join Corps Command in the future, but he says it's pretty dangerous with the war going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, doesn't hurt to try, you know?
No, it doesn't.
And
At the very least, you can kind of see if you like it or not by hanging out your uncle a little bit, too.
Yeah. I've been here for, like, the past few weeks just to, you know, visit my uncle, but I'm gonna be heading back home soon. So, yeah. And he kind of looks down.
Sad to go, happy to go, kind of weird.
He seems like he's like he likes being here. Even though some crazy stuff has happened. But he seems like an adventurous child who's been cooped up a bit too much.
I start transferring my comm number to him. Wait, he has my comm number because he'll exchange.
Yeah, he does.
I can't promise that I will always be free to answer you. But if you have questions, or if you just want a cool space pic and I'm out there, you can ask.
That would be awesome. Thank you. Meanwhile, Arok, what are you looking at on your codex? Or looking for?
I think he's looking through some pictures on his codex, as well as flipping through the, was it a special type of codex? Yeah, mission codex. So, I think he's contemplating a lot about what's been going on and what he's going to do next.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a computers check.
Okay. He computes a 10. Not a 19 this time.
As you're looking through all the stuff, you do notice something. A mission that is posted. It is a, it looks like it is some kind of rescue op. And it says something about a Zelic dynasty.
Arok's eyes widen for a moment as he turns towards Marmaduke and Sai. He says, Dynasty? I think I found something related to a dynasty here.
Indeed.
And you see that the rescue op is something about having to rescue some random individual from the Zelic dynasty within Volcryo, which is one of the capital environments of the harbor. It is a bit more to the east of Voestivez, where you currently are.
Pins the mission to his, I guess, his dashboard on the codex.
Okay. And as that happens, you hear the door open up, and walking inside is the commander, Commander Kurter, And then beside him is the general who had spoken to you when the mayor had approached you as well. And you also see next to the general is it looks like a female with a kind of a reddish brunette hair. And she has what looks like a strap on across her shoulder with robes going down, and on the strap are similar runes to that of the one that was around the mayor's neck, but these look more of like an orange aura. And then, yeah, you're missing the commander as well. Oh no, not commander. The general.
Don't know where the token is.
I don't think you made a token for him.
Okay. Easily done.
When we start live streaming, everyone will be able to see this. Like, see this in real time as you're typing out little things.
General, commander, and the mysterious woman. Room.
Go ahead and roll me a lore check. All three of you. Why not?
A.
Lore.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's
65.
65.
It's gone missing.
21, I think. Yes, 21.
21.
Macro,
21.
don't fail me. After that.
Okay, I just need to fill in some zeros. There we go, that's a more realistic number.
Okay, yeah, all three of you know this woman is a rune forger. And they're basically like higher than the generals and admirals of Corps Command and some of the senators as well. They're basically like nobility on the highest level. Like if you're meeting a Jedi Knight. And as you guys see them enter inside, the general looks over and is like, "Ah, good. The three of you are here." And the general, the commander comes up and is like, if you, and he actually looks over towards the rune forger. Let me get her name real quick. Sorry, my thing needs to reload. Ugh! I hate it when I have to reload. Oh, there he goes. He looks over towards the rune forger, and then you hear him say, "Forger Essa, would you like to accompany me into the other room?" And you see she looks over towards the three of you, and then towards... Actually, let me see. Looks over towards Sai. And her eyes kind of like gloss over towards her. Her head tilts a bit. And she's like, "Oh, I would like to listen to what the general has to offer these three." And the general looks over towards her, and he's like, And he approaches the three of you as the commander comes over to his nephew, and he's like, "Come on, Tayton." He's like, "Oh, but I want to listen." "Come on, you can't be inside here." And he takes him to the back room over here. And the two of them leave the chamber. Mika, as well as Saval, also go with the commander, leaving the five of you left inside the main central chamber. The general looks over at the three of you. So, I didn't get a chance to fully express my gratitude to the three of you. You did not execute my men even when they gave you reason to. But, and he looks over, he's like, there are a few citizens out there who do not get the same treatment. And he glares over, kind of glosses between the three of you. There were a few casualties.
Speaks up. I spared as many as I could.
You see Runeforger Essa is like, some things cannot be helped. It's understandable. And we thank you for sparing as many lives as you could.
But those who survived, their apprehension is also understandable. That I understand well.
And the general looks over and is like, so, I heard from Mika as well as the commander and Recto. This was all because of a Nugonian. Correct.
Correct.
Arok nods.
I see. Did they say anything to you, three? Give you any information about who they're tied to?
You mentioned a dynasty.
The Zealot.
And Reggie, my former comrade, mentioned a build-up of armed forces.
I do not know of this Reggie. But
One of those that Frezzo was controlling.
Do you know of the Zealot dynasty? Any of you? Go ahead and roll me a lore check if you would like.
Oh, even less than last time.
I had the same, 21.
Twenty-one, and a 9. Arok, you're not familiar with this, but definitely Marmaduke and Sai. Arok, you only know from what you have seen.
Yeah.
The dynasty is what he said, and then this new mission, something about the Zealot dynasty, and and the general just said the Zealot dynasty. Sai and Marmaduke, you two have heard about there is some kind of society known as the Zealot dynasty that is made up of mainly Nugonians who are more of a fascist state, to say the least. And there have been rumors about experimentations on different species, about potentially like changing them into pure-blooded, into the pure rather than the sub-pure, and everything else is sub-pure.
That certainly fits the MO of what they were chanting on the streets.
The general kind of looks over and is like, well, we are looking to try to take down this dynasty in the most civil way that possible without starting a full-on war across the pillar of the harbor. You can say it is a rather difficult job. And Forger kind of steps forward and she says, you three have encountered a Nugonian of the Zadok dynasty. Could you tell any of their abilities apart from a normal Nugonian?
The normal ones capable of mind control?
They are capable of it, but on a scale as this one, we're not sure how powerful these Nugonians are exactly.
Well, this one managed to take over a good portion of a city. And managed to destabilize a sitting political figure. And that was one of them.
Did we ever figure out why there's no women on the streets, or is this just coincidence?
Do you ask that, or is that more of a meta question?
I ask that.
Okay. And the general is like, honestly, we are not sure. Perhaps it's because this Nugonian was looking for the strongest, so they focus more on the masculine acclimate of the people in the city. And he looks down and is like, though unfortunately we weren't able to capture this Nugonian and question him, so we can't gather more information about this. But if this is a Nugonian inside this city, then potentially there might be other Nugonians across the other cities within Voestevez, and potentially even Voaro and Vosador. Which begs a question: why did this one go so far as to show his cards before everyone else?
Testing ground?
Perhaps.
I might have, it could have been because of Reggie's connection to me. They all spoke, well, some of the ones that we captured spoke of seeing me in their dreams. And not just because of my glorious mustache. I suspect it actually had something to do with either Reggie 10 or this Nugonian.
Essa looks over and is like, so this Reggie, they were the assistant to the mayor, correct?
That's my understanding. Didn't go by Reggie 10, I don't think. He went by something else.
Went by Reggie Tevo.
That's it. That's it.
Which actually, Tevo is another translation of 10.
Oh. You know, if I'd spotted... In retrospect, I feel rather silly for not spotting that before. However, the song that the people were humming, which we will not hum, was a song that he used to sing back when I knew him.
So what you're saying is that this Nugonian used the memories of this Reggie to lure you? You specifically.
I'm not sure what to think. I feel like Reggie had some influence himself, perhaps. And that may have interfered with Frezzo's plan.
They were remarkably buddy-buddy for a control situation. If that makes sense.
I agree.
I should speak to the council about this. And you see the general look over, is like, I would wait on that, my dear. Perhaps speaking to a master forger before anything else. And you see Essa kind of nods. And then she's like, I should be off, though. And then she looks over towards Sai. It's like, excuse me. You're a You're a bioconscience, correct?
Yes.
I sense something within you. Are you perhaps two people?
Sai's body language, which is very... Sai heavily mimics living body language, stiffens to completely robotic.
The general kind of looks over towards you, Sai, and tilts his head. And then he's like, curious. Is this true? Too bad the people can't see what you're writing.
Sai, completely stiff as a board. Maybe not anymore. Maybe for a brief moment we were.
Oh, I see. All right, well, good luck to all of you. And she nods to the three of you. And, if you are ever within Fosador, please come to the seminary. And she approaches Yusai. It's like, and she holds out her codex to transfer her information to you.
I connect my codex to her.
You connect the codex, and then the information goes in, and then she goes and bows to the general. And the general nods and salutes, and then she heads out. And the general looks at the three of you. All right. So, would you three be interested in a larger operation to find out more about this Frezzo and his ties to the Zalek dynasty?
I don't think leaving that line of investigation alone would be a good idea. And I am very much currently open after this week. I would... And then I cut off there.
Okay. He nods to you, Sai, and then looks over towards you, Marmaduke. Actually, towards you, Arok.
Oh. Arok's still thinking about that one mission on his codex. And he tries to remember what the client was, if any was given, if it was from Core Command or not.
It is not from Core Command. It actually doesn't give it doesn't really give a client. It just seems like it's a rescue operation that gives you coordinates and says it will wirely transfer the volts to you. Half upon taking it, and then half upon completing it.
Okay. Arok turns to the general and nods to him in regards to the proposition. Yes, I should be ready soon, he says.
Alrighty. And looks to you, Marmaduke. And what of you?
As far as I'm concerned, this is both a matter of urgency and a personal matter. These two are my squadron, and I will go with them.
Oh.
As long, well, also, if perchance, and this is not entirely dependent, if this is not the case, it won't be a deal breaker. But it's been a little while since I've been in a cockpit, and my fingers are getting itchy. Would we, perchance be flying?
Flying. There is a possibility of it. But this is more of a ground mission than anything else.
Well, you know, I will just have to cope.
Like I said, there is a possibility of it. We do have intel that the Zark Dynasty has been gathering forces off-world. Meaning, there's a potential chance you may have to go to space, go to another world, another system, in order to do a few missions for this greater operation.
Music to my ears. The good kind, not the creepy, voidy kind. Also, they will need a darn good pilot. And luckily I am.
Indeed. But as soon as that happens, you'll be out of my jurisdiction. For now, though, you are under my protection and my jurisdiction. So you'll be following my rules. You'll be affiliated with Core Command in a way, but you won't be wearing our sigil, which means you'll have a little bit more freedom when it comes to our mission. When you are done here in Tirth Trin Trek, report to Pillar Command in the center of Voestivez. I'll be waiting. And you see he begins to head out. And he leaves. And now, it's been a long day. You have done a lot of things today. Would you guys like to rest?
Yes.
Let's go find me a charging port.
You guys were actually told by the mayor that you have a place to stay here in Tirth Trin Trek at the Tecker Hall, so you guys can actually go to the Tecker Hall to rest. Are you guys gonna be saying goodbye to the commander and all of them, as they are inside another chamber, inside the command post? Or are you guys just gonna leave without saying goodbye?
Arok is ambivalent. He's kind of following the other two at the moment.
I'll say bye.
Okay.
I'm a little pensive. I'll follow the diplomatic one, and that's
Sai, you go over and you kind of knock on the door over here. The door opens up and you see popping out is Mika. It's like, oh, hey, how'd it go?
Went all right. Nothing. No big explosions. No world-breaking secrets. A little awkward uncomfiness, but kind of expected that with what went on. I think I have something lined up after the festival here.
All right. Well, thank you for everything that you did. You see Commander Curter comes up. And he looks over, is like, everything's good on your end? And he looks at you. And then
everything's good on my end.
And he's like, good. Well, we need to get back to work. Feel free to stop by whenever you like. Tayton has taken an interest in you. He's told me a few things. But yeah. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you very much for the save earlier too.
Mm-hmm. And you guys nod. Tayton says goodbye. And you guys begin to head out. Heading over to the hall to rest. You guys go, and you are brought to your own little guest chambers and your own little guest chamber, and you guys can rest inside, roleplay if you'd like, and recover health and stamina. And if you have any energy that has been depleted, please roll a level dice plus your level.
Arok doesn't use energy, so his is still max.
Good.
D4?
Are you level 3 now?
2.
Oh, you're level 2? Okay, yeah, D4 plus 2. You recover 6.
Still recover stamina though, can I?
Yeah, you recover all your stamina back up.
Boom.
All stamina and all health recovers after a long rest. Energy is the thing that takes a while to recover. You have to literally rest for a week.
I feel that as a person in my soul so much.
Yep. But the next day comes, and you guys have the day to yourselves. What would you like to do? Anything you want to accomplish, you can let me know, and we can do those things. Anyone
I
you
guess,
wanna go and talk to specifically? Any calls you would like to make?
Probably go shopping for weapons.
Shopping? Okay.
Yeah.
Arok is gonna head out to go shopping.
I'll also go shopping, but probably not during this in-call session. I gotta actually look longer at what's available.
Oh, you don't want to have a shopping segment?
I mean, we could. You want to go shopping, guys?
You
We
can't
pull
have a. What's it called?
I like to check online before I go and seek anything out. And I do have a call that I think I need to make as well.
You like to compare brands and prices a little bit more than you can in-person shopping?
Yes, well, you know what it's like. You go to the various vendors and you're looking for something specific, but they don't have what you need, and you end up going to 10 of them.
I definitely pick up a med pack again. Where is that?
So you pick up you go to buy a med pack, or do you buy like
Yeah.
med gel?
Yeah. You know what? Med gel.
Because
med
you
pack's
do have
a lot.
Yeah, you already have a med pack, so all you need is really like the
Med waves.
the med waves. You have a med kit too, so
Yeah, let's pick up some waves.
okay. Yeah, you are able to buy. Basically, restoring your med kit.
Mm-hmm.
And restoring your med kit is going to cost you here. Actually, as you guys go up to the actual like shopping little district, there aren't many people here. You do see that there are some people coming in and out, but it's taking some time for the people to kind of get reacclimated to their whole lifestyle after everything that's happened.
I'm taking notes about where to best hang banners and decorations.
Mm-hmm. And you see as you go up to what looks like a PAX vendor, you come up and you see he has a bunch of different packs and like little kits, all like stored up. And this guy he's a prime, and he looks over. He has a bit of a he has sideburns like going down to around his jawline, and his hair is all kind of curly, and he looks over and he's like, "Oh, have I seen you before?" And he points towards you, Yusai, and Arok. Is Marmaduke with you guys, or?
I was just looking up some of my own lore for a moment there.
Okay.
Where is everybody?
They're at the shopping, the shopping district right now in Tirth Trin Trek. It's not too far from the hall, and it's not a huge shopping area.
Oh, I see. You know what? I think I will join.
Okay, so yeah, you're there, and he kind of looks at the three of you. Do I know you three? Where have I seen you before?
Well,
And he's like, wait a second. You were in my dreams. And he points at Marmaduke. Yeah, you were in my... Oh, you were in my dream. Oh, I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. You guys are the people that the mayor said saved us, right?
Arok gives a reassuring nod.
And you see he pulls out his codex. He's like, yeah. And then he shows a holopic of of all three of you guys standing with the mayor, and the mayor kind of like shaking your guys' hands. He's like, "Yeah, you three. Oh, you know what? What do you need? What do you need?"
I was just hoping to refresh my med kit.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. You know what? 50% off. And he takes it. He's like, that'll be and he goes and begins to recharge, get all the med kit supplies and put it inside it. And he's like, that'll be probably about like 300 volts.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much, sir.
And he hands it back to you. Anything else you guys need?
Just kind of this is a vendor for med packs, isn't it?
Yeah. Anything
Travel pack, scholar pack,
anything that you see
pack.
inside the packs, he most likely has.
I suppose. Right, double checking his actual imagery. Probably. Well, I don't know. Arok just stares at the wares in this indecision.
Do you need like a fire kit or something?
Arok shakes his head.
I got some stems if you'd like.
I think he points over at the nutritions. I'll take 5 of those.
5 of these?
No, 10. 10. He changes his mind.
10! Okay. And he goes and takes it. And...
You know, I can't say no to... I couldn't possibly say no to some nutrition.
Nutrition, trademark.
Oh. I think, you know what? I may not have your appetite, Arok, but I think 10 of them would be a boon. Provided they don't go off or anything, do they?
These don't... They don't go bad or anything.
It's music to my ears.
So, each of you are getting 10 nutritions?
I raise my hands up and like, that is not my sector.
Honestly, nutrition is nice to have.
I have some, but...
And if that is the case, you guys are getting 10. That'll be 225 each.
Arok transfers over the vaults to the vendor.
Yeah. As does Marmaduke 9. I was going to call him Mr. 9, but
Mr.
that's... No.
Alright.
I'm imagining those grenade bars you can get.
Oh, you want a grenade? But
My good fellow.
Yeah.
Before we move on, thank you for your wares. I have a small question for you. Where might I find weaponry?
Oh, weaponry. I'm not sure if the weaponsmith is available right now. I heard that he got injured during the whole ordeal yesterday. So,
See.
not quite sure. You might have to go out of the city to find someone who can help you out there.
I see. I see.
Anything else I could help you with, though?
No, I think I'm
Sure.
good with the nutrition. Oh.
I lean over. I'm like, all right. Festival's upcoming in a couple of days, and I have to. We're trying to plan food vendor placements and whatnot. Where would you? What? If I could get anybody to come in, is there any restaurant that you've been to that you would love to have a vendor for? See if I can convince them.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of different places.
Give me a list.
Can you come back in a couple hours? And I'll ask around and I'll get a list for you.
Thank you so much. That helps a lot.
Of course, anything for you three. What do we call you? Just so I can tell the others.
You mean what we call the three of us as a collective?
I mean, I guess, or you could just give me your names. It's up to you.
No. Yeah, I think just our individual names. I think coming up with a group name now is far too much pressure.
Earthadian, if you made us make a group name right this moment, I would have throttled. They spent so long, and Cyphra has 4 names.
Yep.
The diamonds.
The diamonds. You guys have
19. We gotta have 19 in there.
Yep.
Arok turns to the vendor and says, I am Arok.
A rock. Okay.
Marmaduke 9.
Hey. Okay. Yeah.
And Sai. Just Sai, please.
Sai. Okay. All right. And you see he's writing these things down, and he's like, Sai. Do you spell that with an S or?
CY. Just CY.
Marmaduke resists the urge to rattle off her full name. Like biting his lip.
You can do it. You can do it. I say, out of character, I'm saying it would be pretty entertaining if you did that.
As he finishes writing it down. He's like, okay, I'll have a list for you by the end of today.
Yeah, thank you. We'll make our loops, and I'll come back.
Thank you. Anywhere else you guys would like to go? Any calls you would like to make?
There is a call I would like to make, yes.
Okay, Marmaduke.
If the weaponsmith is injured, I was trying to find a non-lethal means of downing somebody, but
oh yes.
Or pizza.
I'll just shoot them in the leg. That's fine. I heard that's the go-to thing. Why don't you just shoot them in the leg?
Wait, are you saying that? Are you saying this out loud or what?
Yeah, I was saying all of this out loud.
He's like,
I'm
that's
ushering
odd.
Marm
That's
away
odd. I'm
from
pretty sure
away from people.
I'm pretty sure the weaponsmith got shot in the leg.
What a funny coincidence. It's times like these when those little rhymes happen that I think we live in a simulation. Well, I hope he recovers.
It's okay. The doctor's pretty great in this city.
I whisper under my breath to that. Thank God.
We need weapons now.
So who is
Marmaduke?
Who is Marmaduke calling?
Marmaduke is going to call Alvora.
Alvora. Okay, you begin to call her, and it goes. Why, hello there.
Hello there, dear. How are things treating you?
Oh, it's rather boring where I'm at. I went to the annoying one, and he said that you were on a mission of some kind. Are you alright?
Yes, it was just the matter was resolved not too long ago. It was a bit of a dicey one. Had a Nugonian.
A Nugonian?
Mind control me. Yes,
Oh.
yes, he mind controlled me. It was most awful. But I shot him, so I feel much better about it.
When are you returning?
Well, that's a good question. Depending on, we seem to have been set another task by the people here. I'll see if I can head your way before it begins.
I got a pod rental.
Oh, you know what to say. You know what to say in these... When I'm in these moods. What kind of pod?
Oh, it's a fast one. I want to fly above the stratosphere.
Oh. Ooh. Make it a thick stratosphere with lots of turbulence.
Oh, you know it. And are you talking to her around the other two, or have you gone somewhere private?
I think I would have gone somewhere private.
Okay. Yeah, she begins to kind of whisper a little bit more, and she's like, also, I want to travel to one of the other pillars, if possible. I think it would be a fine time to go to my home. So, I'm not sure if you would be interested in joining me in that. I'm not sure when this mission of yours is coming into play.
Sidebar. Is this the first time she's asking me to go to...
Yes, this is the first time she's asking you to go to her home.
Oh. You know, I would absolutely... Yes. Yes, definitely.
And you can hear the excitement in her voice. She's like, perfect. I'll make the preparations Perhaps we can take the pod there.
Now, is it a long, exciting journey?
Oh, it's only to Moriat.
Well, I can make that exciting.
Yes, we'll be going to, we'll be going to Celeste Minare. Go ahead and roll a lore check. If you know anything about Celeste Minare.
I was just going to blag it, but that's all good. Let's do that. That is 18?
18?
I think.
Let
me just double check. Yeah, 18.
Celeste Minare, you've heard as being, well, actually, Celeste Minare is on the Pillar of Moriat. It is the Yen capital on the pillars. It is also where Reticons usually are from. So, people like Arok and Recto. Not Celeste Minare in general, but like Moriat specifically. That's their homeworld. And you've also heard that it's rather beautiful. It is also dangerous with some beasts, but that's only if you're outside of like the actual cityscape of Celeste Minare.
I've heard rumor of the sunsets.
The wildlife is rather breathtaking there. I really want to go. Will you hurry back, please? And you know that there is a festival going on here soon, probably within the next few days. You don't know if you're going to continue with your new little... Oh, you think that you're going to continue with this new little squadron of yours, but you're not sure how long going to visit Moriat will take. And also Sai is going to be here for a little bit because she's basically planning the festival. And then, I mean, you could potentially ask. God damn it, I always forget names. Avora to come and join you for the festival, and then head out immediately after that.
I could do that. Alvora.
Yes.
You know... There is a festival here, you know.
A festival?
Oh, yes.
I see.
And it's sure to be quite a lively one, given recent events. Lot of celebration.
Are you inviting me?
You know, I think I just might be.
Well, I'll get ready. And she's like, send me the coordinates when you can. I'll see you soon. And then you see she hangs up the phone. Rather quickly, like, it was like, just quick.
The first mention of a party. I send her the coordinates after a moment and relax for a while, pondering recent events, replaying old battles.
As you ponder this, I would like you to roll me a discipline will check.
Oh no.
Oh no. Why do you have to say pondering?
You've done it to yourself.
You have done that yourself. It is.
You have done that yourself.
Okay.
Don't make me kill you.
That's the. That is 19.
19.
19 returns.
It's the 19. Oh gosh.
Arc I'm betting on?
Honestly, you guys are just gonna call yourself Squad 19. Just that's just.
They'll think there's a good 20 of us.
Marmaduke, as you begin to contemplate all this, your head begins to strain a little bit, and you begin to hear the humming from before. And you begin to see that you're in deep space. And you're flying through, you're waking up, and you hear on the systems, and you go and press the button, and you see it stops the systems from alerting you, and you look around, and you look at the navigational chart. And it looks like you're nowhere near where you remember you were originally at. You remember going through some kind of strange tunnel through space, being gravitationally pulled through the tunnel after Marmaduke 7 had retreated and left you to die. And then you wake up. And as you're waking up, Sai and Arok, you enter inside the chamber that you guys have with Marmaduke, who just woke up. Marmaduke, you take 7 points to your stamina.
Oh, I only just got all that back.
Yes. And you see he's sweating. And in the meantime, while when this was happening, what did Sai and Sai? I'm assuming Sai was just like prepping for the festival and stuff. Any calls, anything that you wanted to do?
Not before the festival, I don't think.
Okay.
Sai probably would have looked around for a couple enhancements. See if she could find thermal vision or armor boost.
There are no calibrators in town, it seems like.
Sai can calibrate.
This is true. But the calibrators tend to be like a term for those who sell enhancements as well. There doesn't seem to be any enhancement traders around the town. You'll have to go out of the city. You feel like Tirth Trin Trek isn't the best place to be going like shopping for a bunch of stuff. But yeah,
Very cool.
And
Sai would shoot a message to the Medine family
okay.
and give them a kind of detailed, no emotions involved report of what happened.
Okay.
And that the festival's on its way to completion, and that Sai has been requested to assist on another matter afterwards, and then studiously ignores if she gets any reply from them.
Okay. You send that message, and there is a response back, as the response says, "We shall send a representative to the festival to evaluate."
Oops.
And now Sai is regretting sending the message at all.
And as that happens, Arok, what are you doing through the time that Marmaduke had the call and then ended up going through his fragmentation?
I think
Jesus.
I don't know. Are there? I mean, there should be places to eat. You probably want to get something to eat and go back to the chamber to rest properly.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get something to eat, and you basically find a place that sells different kinds of noodles, and you take one, and there's like a would he like spicy, mild, like medium? What kind of noodles would a rock like?
He chooses large and meaty.
Okay, like lush and meaty. Okay.
Yeah.
You gobble it up. It's nice and filling, and they charge you about 25 volts for it.
Okay, noting that down, or deducting it from my.
And as you
Okay, got it.
As you go to return back, let me see something real quick. You receive a call.
Responds to the call.
You respond to the call, and then you hear, "Hello, brother. How are you?" It is one of your brothers.
He responds to them. Hello, brother. I'm okay. Just finished a job recently.
When
How are
will you
things
return?
back on Morat?
Lonely, when will you return? We want you back.
Arok pauses for a moment, looking off to the side, and then turns back to the codex. I need to do a job or two, but I will make time. He responds.
Okay, you're always trying to make time, but you're always on a mission or a job. You like
This
work
latest
too much.
job-
Sometimes you need
Sorry.
relax.
Latest job comes from Core Command. Might be big.
Core command.
2 others, Sin, Prime. We joined on this mission together.
Okay. Come back when you can, okay? We miss you.
Miss you too, brother.
Okay. Bye, Arok. And you see it. Hangs up.
Rock stares at his codex for a moment as he slowly brings it back to his belt. Looks forward towards Tekra Hall.
You continue on, heading back.
Yes, continuing on.
Alright, as Sai and Arok enter into the chamber where you see Marmaduke wakes up sweating. What would you like to do? If you guys would like to roleplay, you may.
Arok lacked any medical experience, but he still approaches the Prime with concern. Are you okay? He says.
Sure. It was a bit like. It was a bit like when that little devil got in my head, but not quite.
Arok furrows his brow as he turns to Sai, not saying a word.
Sai gives the little bit of a shoulder shrug and flashbacks.
Turns back to Marmaduke and says, "What do you remember?"
Flying. I remember flying after I was separated from my people, from my squadron, and I remember flying through something peculiar, and then I was nowhere near where I should have been. Perhaps. Is this. Has it happened to. I don't know how old both of you are. Were you alive when the reset happened?
Arok shakes his head.
Sai shakes her head.
Beyond me.
But you know about it.
I mean...
Lore check?
Sure.
I would lore check just for the reason for knowing exactly what it is, rather than just the reset. He thinks of 16.
The reset, formerly known as the core reset, it was some kind of massive surge that happened 140 cycles ago, so well before you guys have been alive. And that apparently was that surge ended up wiping everyone's memories away. And afterwards, Sai, you know this part. After the memories were wiped away, memories started coming back through this thing called fragmentation, where they came back as fragments, but they were so straining on the mind and body to a point where some people actually died from it. But the fragmentation only lasted for a few cycles after the reset occurred, and then it stopped. There have been rumors that there are people who have had enhanced fragmentation where it basically stays, and the fragments continue to come back and cycle through themselves, and it makes it hard for people to live, but some people have to cope with it. But those have only been rumors. You haven't actually met someone with enhanced fragmentation, except it seems like Marmaduke might be going through that.
Delayed fragmentation occurrence? Do you think, if you can't, I know, explain it out loud, do you think journaling it out would help?
Journaling it out?
Writing it down. If things don't flow together, maybe you can piece them together later on.
Perhaps it would. Not the first time. It's no less pleasant, no less unpleasant. Yes, that's it, no less unpleasant. I'm discombobulated.
Have you ever remembered something fun?
I have. Yes. Yes, I've remembered a few fun things. A couple, yes. 3 fun things.
3?
Yes. Well, 3 groups of fun things. One of them, I don't know. One of them is subjectively fun, I would say. Dogfight. Piloting in a dogfight.
I kind of bump shoulders with him, eager to get back up in the air.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. I'm getting planet legs. I like having my spaceship legs.
Speaking of...
Wasn't he joking about having no legs?
Speaking of spaceship legs, particularly spaceship, you guys hear a rumbling sound above the Tekra Hall go... And when you look out the window, you see a large ship going and landing nearby, actually outside of the city, nearby.
Do I recognize it?
No, you do not.
Do I recognize it?
No, you do not.
Anything?
Arok recognize that.
No, you do not.
Is there anything discernible from the sound of the engines?
The sound of the engines sound like their engines are... They're not well put together. It sounds like a really thick rumbling, and then there's clacking noises as it rumbles over, and you can feel the vibrations of the window and the ground beneath you it's almost like the entire hall is shaking from the vibration of how close the ship has gotten. And then you hear two ships, and you as you look out the window, you see core command ships going and leading this ship over to an open clearing outside of the city.
So at least it's an authorized landing.
Yes, and it's a piece of crap. I do like a piece of crap now and then.
And you do feel a little bit of a shake as it lands, and it actually does cause a little bit of like a little quake as it lands across the cityscape.
I tut at the landing. Fucking amateur.
And as you guys head out, are you guys going to head out actually, or are you going to just stay there?
I think Arok's gonna at least take a look.
You can't really see much from where you are right now.
I mean, obviously, he'd have to walk outside to investigate, but and so he does.
Okay, Arok is heading outside to investigate. What is Sai and Marmaduke doing?
I'll send a quick message and just to somebody in the core command and be like, authorized landing ?
Who are you sending?
Want to see
who are you sending that to specifically?
Honestly,
Mika.
Mika. I'm gonna.
You send that message, and then Mika responds back, checking it out now. Arok, as you head out, you see two what looks like two pods fly above you through the plaza and go straight out of the city, going northward. Actually, it'd be this way.
Ooh. I think I would have run out to get a glimpse of the piece of crap.
Okay.
I've probably seen the pods.
Yeah, you would have seen.
What do they look like?
They look like basically like bikes, like speeder bikes.
Oh, so not like escape pods.
No, they just go fly right past you.
Ooh.
Are you guys gonna go check it out?
The ship or the pods?
The ship, where the pods are headed.
Definitely going to check out the ship.
Oh yeah, definitely check out the ship.
He was enamored by Marmaduke's description of it.
I'll follow along.
Okay, you guys begin to head up north, and as you guys get over to the ship, you see the two command vessels that are outside of this larger spacecraft of some kind. The spacecraft is steaming with it almost looks like there's just frost all across the sides of the ship. And then you see the craft bay door opens up as smoke begins to funnel out of the spacecraft. And that's where we'll end the session. I thank you for listening to this first Reborn in Power series featuring the New Age Chosen. Next entry will feature all 4 of them, and we will go through a rundown of the entire series together. Then starting up here on the podcast next week, the New Age campaign sessions will be released every other Tuesday. This way you can listen straight through our new squad's entire story. Plus, the next series will be released on Thursdays, titled The Doctor. Big things are coming in Cycle 140. Stay tuned in and get ready to be sent on a directive yourself. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.